Well, hello. I am Sarah, for those of you that don't know me. I promised you guys in my Facebook group that I would come on here and show you a few tips and tricks that I have learned to spy on your biggest competitors on Google My Business. So, your Google listing on um, Google My Business. And I have been struggling to find a quiet space so that you can hear me and don't have any distracting background noise. I work from home all the time. I run my own business. So um, my kids are home right now. And even though they are with a sitter, they tend to sneak in on me. I tried to go to a coffee shop and felt a little bit rude trying to talk to you when all of the people around me are trying to work in a quiet space. So here I am in my car. I still want to provide you with value. So this is what works for me in the summer when my kids are not in school. So the best way, first of all, I will never share anything with you unless I know for myself for a fact that it works and that it has affected either my business or one of my clients. I do a few things. I am a life coach and I'm also a small business strategist. I have several clients that don't have time to manage their Google listing and make sure that they're showing up at the top for their local search results for the 65% of people that go online on Google to search for local businesses to do business with. So I take care of them, but I'm also here to serve you guys that are trying to on a maybe a little bit lower budget that can't afford to hire people like me that are doing things on your own. I fully support that. I do that myself, and that is how I learn to help myself and others. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen and show you some cool little tips and tricks that I know for a fact make a difference in helping you to rank higher for your local keyword searches. So let me go ahead and share my screen and jump right in. I do value your time and mine. So we will make this as simple and quick as possible. So the first thing you are going to do is one, know a few keywords here. One is called citations, and citations are simply places that your business is listed online. That is literally all that means. People that talk about Google My Business and things on YouTube and different places tend to use this lingo that can be over your head if you're a beginner in this space. So I like to break it down real plain and simple for you. So um, anyway, and then another thing is keywords. And simply all keywords mean, this is a very important for you to know, but keywords are the actual words that people are going to use when they are searching for your business type. So I'm going to use a dry cleaner, for example, because that is the client that I was working with today. They are a dry cleaning service. So if you are a dry cleaner, then you will benefit greatly from this video, but honestly, any business will benefit. So you just have to know your main keyword. So if you want to know, what you do want to know, what your competitors are up to and how they are ranking for local searches, meaning searches in the area that you serve, then you can easily spy on them, and I'm about to show you how. So you will, in this case, I'm going to find out who my biggest competitors are as far as Google is concerned. So, like I said, I'm going to use a dry cleaner as example. So I will search dry cleaner. And my local area. So I'm going to use Houston, Texas. There we go. Okay, and what we are looking for is mainly the maps listing. So now what we are going to do is we are going to pull up a new note, which is just my notepad. And we see that our first listing is Elite Dry Cleaners. So we're going to take note of that. And then 119 Dry, I could spell today, Clean Super Center. And then we have Comet Cleaners. In general, I recommend that you go all the way down to like probably the top 5 in this case, and take note of them. So we are going to then actually, once we know who they are, so also notice that in the organic Google search is different than the Google Maps. So it switched over to Google Maps here. This is a Google Maps listing as opposed to your just organic Google search. And sometimes the results are different. So also take note of that. But in this case, we're going to go back to just our organic search. We know that this Elite Dry Cleaner is our top listing. Also, a little side note, it didn't happen here, but if this listing is paying for ads, it will call them out here. So see that where it lists ad right here? That means that they are paying to get this top listing on Google. But honestly, most people are going to look right here, and you don't see the people that are paying for ads in this case right here. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But I always tell people, especially when they're first starting out and when you have a low budget, it is not necessary to pay for ads through Google to actually help people find you and increase your business. My client, case in point, I just talked to this morning. He called me to rave about how much business he is getting by being on the first page of a Google search. He's not even at the top listing quite yet because he's been my client for a certain a small amount of time. But he is on the first page when people search for dry cleaners in his area. And he has seen a serious uptick in his business recently. And he has not been doing anything different. So he attributed that to the help that I am offering, the service that I am providing for him. So anyway, back to our process here. Elite Dry Cleaners is who we are searching for. Okay, so here they are. But here is our sneaky little tactic. You can see right here that they are ranking for Yelp. So that means that that is one of the citations, the places other than Google that they're listed on. And that is helping them rank top. So they're listed on Yelp. So we're going to make a list of this. We're going to make note of that they're listed on Yelp. They're listed on MapQuest. They're listed on Facebook. They're listed on Womply. They're listed on Nextdoor, Laundry Heap. And then you can go as far as the second page Okay, and now we start to get into opencorporate.com, LinkedIn. That is likely an employee or possibly the owner. Grasscleaners.com. Okay, so now we are going to make a note of all of these places that this dry cleaner is showing up for, all of the citations. And then we are simply going to go to follow these links. So let's start with Yelp. And we see that they are listed on Yelp. They have 13 reviews. As far as I can tell, they do not pay for ad service there. And so we know that we need to be listed on Yelp with our business, which I recommend listing your business on Yelp anyway. It is very helpful. But MapQuest is another one. You can list on Yelp for free. Most of the places that people are listed are actually free. They do, I know for a fact that Yelp does offer ad service just like Google does. Again, I don't think that you should pay for ads in any space unless you see a lot of traffic coming to you from that area. So if you list yourself on Yelp and then you start getting a bunch of traffic, then you may consider actually paying for ads and things. But in general, I just recommend, especially if you're just starting out, just being listed in the places that your competitors are listed for. And if you're still not ranking, and if you're still not seeing a major increase in your business, which is the whole reason that we're doing this to begin with, then you may consider paying for ads and things like that. But just in general, let's start here. So then you would go to MapQuest, and literally just for every listing, I would go through and click through to the places that they are listed and just look and see what they're doing. So look what their listing looks like and just, copycat. List yourself in those places as well. You can list on MapQuest pretty easily for free as well. So that is just the map listing. They really didn't get fancy with it. It's just their NAP or name, address, and phone number listed on there. Again, they did not pay for ads. And then their Facebook, just you kind of get the picture at this point, going through and showing up in all of these different places. And also driving, now you can see that they have reviews on this space as well. So the more that you can drive reviews to all of these different places that you are listed, the more that Google is going to say, okay, they are who they say they are. They actually have clients that are satisfied with them, and they have a loyal following. So Google has several patents which they use to rank their different businesses, and one of them is relevance. And relevance means that you are local to the area where the search is conducted, and that you actually offer the service that they are searching for, and that you are who you say you are. So the more places that you can list your name, address, and phone number online in these different citation sites, the better. And also, if you can leverage your reviews on those different sites, obviously that helps as well. And another thing, just as a quick side note, it is okay to not have a 5-star rating. In fact, it's actually better for you to have, I believe it is between a 4.3 and a 4.8 listing is like the optimal range for listings. And this is because no one is perfect. There is always, always, always going to be that 5% of people that are not happy with you and that are not always going to give you a 5-star rating. And so, really, a less than perfect score, as long as it's not below, I would say, a 4.2, is okay and even beneficial to you, because people know that they're real honest feedback and people are actually visiting you, actually doing business with you and giving an honest review, and that you're not paying them for that 5-star perfect review. And they're going to trust you more. So just keep that in mind. Let me look at my notes and just be sure that we covered all of the things. So yeah, that's a super simple way to kind of spy on your competition and make sure that you're showing up in the same spaces that they are. I hope that this helps, and I'm praying that for the quality of this video, since it was done in my car. But thank you for your time in watching this. If this was helpful, it will be listed in several different spots on my website at withsarahjane.com. Sarah is with an H. On my YouTube channel, with Sarah Jane YouTube channel, and also on my Facebook community over there at Google My Business, Online Marketing Made Simple for Small Business Owners. So I hope this has been helpful. If it has, give us that thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, and I will be very consistent with helpful tips and tricks. And I also like to do health and wellness product reviews and things like that, so that we stay healthy as business owners. That can be a challenge to do, but take care. The only reason that we have a business is so that we can support ourselves and our family. And if we cannot do that, if we are not healthy, then we can't show up to do that. So that is why I encourage you to live happy, live healthy. And thank you for your time today. Take care, and I'll see you next time.